Joining us now also first on CNBC with his response, Nick von Schirnding, CEO of Bumi. Thanks very much, Nick, for joining us. First of all, how do you respond to the personal comments about Nat Rothschild, about you, embellishing your CV and saying, look, you're a great man, but you're just the wrong man to run this company?
Look, I don't really want to get into a personal slurring of anybody here. I think the facts speak for themselves. I've had 25 years of financial and operating experience in a career at Anglo American and De Beers, both South Africa and at times in India. I've worked closely with two successive chief executives at Anglo, Tony Treyer, and then more recently Cynthia Carroll. I have no issues with that. The key issue here is that this company is in a total mess today. And that mess was created when Nat Rothschild brought the structure to the London market.
So you would cite him as the reason for all of this trouble in the first place? One
of the flaws in this transaction that Nat Rothschild brought to the London market was that he gave control of the PLC to the Bakries. And that is a flaw. We are trying to now sort out that mess by removing the Bakries from the shareholder structure of this company. And as I've said before, I would say to all the founder shareholders, including Nat and the Bakries, it's time for both parties to step back, allow an independent management to do the right thing, and that is what we're trying to do, the right thing for the company, and that is to get rid of the troubled asset, Bumi Resources, and there's an investigation underway, and to focus on a coal company, rename it, and move us out of this mess.
How long before that, I mean, there's so many investigations, how long before that investigation concludes? I mean, there have been so many different allegations of financial wrongdoing. When are we going to know once and for all what has happened?
Well, the investigation is still live, it's still underway. It would clearly be inappropriate for me to get into any sort of details that would compromise our ability in terms of proving any wrongdoing that has occurred, and indeed, might compromise our ability to seek any compensation going forward.
What about these claims from Simon Tan that his computers were hacked, that there was some sort of forensic accounting wrongdoing? What is going on here?
Well, that is clear. I mean, there has been a forensic audit into our chairman's computer systems, and they appear to have been hacked. I mean, the material that was provided in terms of this investigation appears to be illegally obtained. That, to me, is not the key issue, because, frankly, if it's going after wrongdoing, I don't really care where the provenance comes from. It is an issue in Indonesia. There are some challenges there, but we're working around that to talk to the relevant authorities in Indonesia.
What's the personal history like between you and Nat Rothschild?
Look, I mean, Nat hired me. He brought me out of Anglo American. I think Nat is in many ways a talented guy. But the fact is, there's been a complete breakdown in founder-shareholder relationships between him and the Bakries, and that's where the problem is.
Why is he saying you've embellished your CV, have you?
No, I have no idea.
Why is he saying that?
You'll have to ask Nat. I have no idea.
But there does seem to be some personal acrimony here.
There's no personal acrimony from me. I mean, all I'm saying again is, to the founder shareholders, step back and let the independent management do what's right, and we will have a solution here. This is a binary option that shareholders are facing. On the one hand, we have a solution which only we can deliver, which is to get the Bakries out, separate from Bumi Resources, which has been the troubled asset, which we don't control, it's 29%, and focus on our operating coal subsidiary Bereau, with new management, which we've announced this morning. Or what I call the low road scenario, which is to prolong the infighting. The Bakries will not leave with Nat Rothschild. Why is that? Nat Rothschild took $185 million worth of free shares as a success fee for this transaction. They and other shareholders want that money and those shares returned. They will not simply walk away with Nat Rothschild and a new board here.
Can you separate Bumi Resources? I mean, I was just looking at the last, the operating income down 60% last year, 632 million derivatives loss. Can you separate yourselves from Bumi Resources?
Yes, we can. I mean, the proposal on the table at the moment by the Bakries is to buy back that stake for $278 million in cash, and the cancellation of their 23.5% shares in Bumi Plc. So the total value of that deal is almost $600 million. It's a fantastic deal for the PLC shareholders, and frankly, anybody not grabbing that with both hands should have their head read.
I was going to say, then the thing is, then how do you start delivering value back to the PLC shareholders?
Well, I mean, clearly you're cancelling almost a quarter of the share capital of the PLC. You have $278 million in cash. in addition to $500 million cash in our operating subsidiary Bereau. So we will have a net debt position there of about $100 million. That's a fantastic opportunity for us at the low point in the coal cycle if we want to look at any future mergers and acquisitions. But we first of all have to sort out Bereau. We've appointed new operating management today with Ekebert Jante, who we've announced. And very significantly, we have also brought on a former Anglo-American PLC technical director who I know and worked with very closely, Tony Redmond.
And this being the better route for shareholders than the Rothschild plan simply because...
Because we are able to deliver the separation from the Bakries.
But what is it? So that being the key issue, as you've highlighted, but what is operationally in terms of what Nat Rothschild would like to do with the company is at issue?
I'm not sure and really I don't focus around what Nat Rothschild's plans are. I mean, he got us partly into this mess. As I say, we're trying to get us out of this mess.
The two board members that Nat wants to keep, have you spoken to them? I mean, what's their view that he wants to keep on the board?
The two board members have actually come out publicly saying that they do not wish to serve on Nat Rothschild's board. They believe that this board has the right strategy going forward. And again, it crystallizes down, as I say, it's binary. Who can deliver the exit of the Bakries from this company? We can. That is why they're staying.
Are you going to be with the company in a year's time?
Yes, I will.
And are you confident you're going to win the shareholder vote then on the 21st?
I am confident. I'm not going to put names out there as others have done as to who supports us, but yes, I am very confident we will win.
We appreciate you coming on. Okay. Nick, thank you very much indeed for coming to speak to us. Nick von Schirnding, CEO of Bumi, first here on CNBC.